Hi. We're so glad you've made it to our show. We are the Pot Smoking Moms. I'm Sunny D.
I'm Captain J.
And
we're the Pot
Smoking Moms. That's right. Twice. We're happy you made it. We're happy we made it, because if there wasn't us, it wouldn't be a show. If you happen to like us and you think we're swell, want to smash that subscribe button, you want to smash that like button, you want to rate, review, leave a comment.
Oh my God, don't.
But yeah, please show us some love. We love the love. We reciprocate the love. Our website, potsmokingmoms.com. It's easy. It's sexy. Go there and connect with us on all these social platforms.
And speaking of sexy, let's get our lungs filled with this
Let's
sexy
get our
smoke.
lungs sexy. Yeah, if you have something to smoke, we invite you to go grab it at this time so we could spark it up together.
Enjoy.
Yes. Our smoke sesh.
We're trying something new
today. We're trying some buds. We had somebody hit us up.
A friend over at Miami High Life.
I said, follow my nose. I smelled some of the options.
These nugs are huge.
I went with
and purple and colorful.
I went with the motor cake.
I went with Tropicana cherries. Oh my God, it smells fantastic.
Let's see what it smells like. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ding. Huh.
Tastes great. Very nice.
I like it.
I like the aftertaste.
Very, very nice. Thank you to our Hialeah peeps over at Miami High Life.
Thank you so much. Enjoying it very much. Very good. Oh my gosh. So we have a great show for you guys this week. But before we get into that, the first thing we want to do is thank our patrons. We will be starting to air our show on YouTube, right?
Yeah. So as a patron, one of your perks is you get the show before we air it. But we have been working on our show visually. And our patrons have been kind of seeing the process of how we've done our show visually. We've changed things. We've adjusted things. We were releasing the shows after our season. So we're getting ready to start releasing our shows on the day of through our YouTube so that you can watch it as well.
Yes. So please make sure you're following us on YouTube.
Yeah, go over to YouTube. We actually just hit 420 subscribers over on YouTube. We love to see you there. We're trying to build that page. There you go. There you go. We're trying to build our YouTubes. So eventually we can host more diverse videos for your entertainment pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And then hopefully we get more patrons and more people, listening. Even if we just have more ears, that helps us having more plays. We're able to get, more sponsors and things like that so that we can make more content. I want to quit my job and do this full time.
And I
do
cannot wait
more content
till both my children are in school and I can have some just free time in general, but really free time to satisfy all of you guys and stuff. So please go over to our YouTube page and smash that subscribe button, smash the like, and baby. Hey, if you can't contribute to becoming a patron, it's okay. That's cool. Any kind of support we appreciate. We appreciate your comments on our social media posts. If you rate or review our show on the podcast platforms, please let us know. We'd love to hook you up with some stickers.
Yeah, and something we have coming up now on our live YouTube stream, and we're going to do it on Twitch and Facebook, is our live Christmas special, December 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it.
Ho, ho, ho.
We're really excited about this. We're planning a great show. We're going to have celebrity guests.
Games and prizes. And you can participate. You can participate in the games on the chat. See, we got fun little visual effects such as these. Look at that. How cute. Take a picture. But yeah, please, we're gonna do the live stream on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So please make sure you're linked up with us there. December 21st, Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Eastern
time.
So that's what, 5 p.m. for our West Coast people.
Yeah, a little early for you guys, but you guys will be prime time, ready to do it.
Yeah.
You won't be sluggish.
It's just that we're moms, and after 9 p.m. is also kind of late for us. A lot of us are going to bed at night.
Yeah, listen. At 9 o'clock, I'm getting snuggled in. I'm eating my edible, and we're watching
something to fall asleep to.
Yeah, some Martha Bakes or some Cook's Country Kitchen. I feel like, I don't know. And I've been getting into have you seen the Great British Baking Show?
No, I mean, I've never watched it, but I've seen it.
You know about it. Yeah. So there's a new one. It's the Great American Baking Show, and they've got a lot of celebrities here to do it. And it's so cute. I was watching it the other day. Janet, the girl who plays Janet from The Good Place, is in it.
Oh,
Darcy Carden.
I love her.
Chloe Fineman
she
from
was also
SNL.
in A League of Their Own.
Yes. I love her, and she's in this show.
Which you need to watch.
In the Great American Baking Show. Eliza Koshy. Have you ever heard of her?
I don't know actors' names.
She's the newest host of Double Dare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's very fun. She's a social media personality, but she's a YouTube person. She's great. So it's really good. It's on the Roku network.
I used to watch a lot of cooking shows, and I have not done that in a long time.
Oh, I love them. The
only cooking stuff I watch now are like small clips on TikTok.
Stuff.
I won't watch like a show.
I love watching the weird shit people throw together on TikTok. It makes
there's some weird ass shit.
Oh my God, there's the weirdest. And listen, the lives are fucking insane.
You saw the one I sent you the other night?
Which one?
The one that it was a live that I sent you, and I was like, it was two guys doing
twins one of those or something.
No, like, you know how you could be with somebody else on live, like you're two different accounts,
double, right? Like that.
And they both have a mannequin girlfriend.
Oh my God, yes.
And a baby.
All the baby dolls. I was like,
and they're like pretending they're a family or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, this shit is weird. And I see a lot the ladies with the babies as well. The baby
with
dolls.
The real looking babies.
Yeah, the real looking babies that are dolls.
Have you seen the ones where it's like a family and they look like they're in a bunker?
Oh,
and they're foreign, and they're like
in the Middle
East
country. Or somewhere.
Yeah,
and they're like the guys like this,
pray, and the kids are like, yeah, it's always. I mean, there's a couple of different ones. There was another one the other day. It was like, again, it looked like a bunker or a shelter or some sort. And it was a bunch of dog beds with all.
Oh yeah, I seen the doggies, all the little dog beds, and I'm like, oh, I want to give.
But then I'm like, oh my God, how are all these dogs perfectly just chilling in their bed? They're all just sleeping
in their bed. They're probably all scared or something. Not like if they're in a bomb shelter, maybe there's like bombs going off outside.
I don't know.
No, maybe they'd be barking.
And then there's this other lady.
I don't know. I always scroll past them. I see them, but
sometimes I get a little scared, and I'm like, I go swiping. There's this one lady who she pretends or something that she's like crazy, and it's just her destroying her kitchen. Have you seen this lady? She starts acting like she is batshit crazy. So she'll be like, and
oh my God.
She'll throw the flour in the air, and she'll like look around like she's, I don't know, like she's like.
I've seen one where it's a lady just sitting in the shower, and she's just pouring water on herself.
Yeah,
she's fully clothed.
Yes,
sitting in a chair in the shower with the shower head and just like spraying water all over herself.
It gets so insane. And sometimes it's
I'm like, why is it showing me these weird lives?
Yeah.
Why is it showing it to me?
Well, because
I always scroll past them. I don't go into them. I'm like, what is?
But it's because a bunch of people are watching them.
But why is it showing it to me? If I scroll past it, that's not the lives I want.
I don't know. I know. It gets really creepy sometimes on TikTok.
It is. It's really weird.
It's so strange.
And we got way off topic.
Yeah, I know. We are doing our cannabis Christmas advent calendar. Oh, is it even here?
Yes, it's right here.
Oh,
I have it right here.
God, I'm like, I was supposed to be behind us. Okay. So today is day. What is today?
Oh, shit. I think it's 14. Day 14.
Day 14.
Today's day 14.
We are okay.
Because it's airing Wednesday. This is Wednesday's day.
Okay, I'm gonna go off of you. Day 14.
Last time was day 7. Okay. Now it's day 14.
Okay, good.
7 days
math
later.
Trick. You got it right. So,
thank you, Uncle Jessie.
So, we did pick our winner. All right, and you guys are waiting for this. I'm gonna add a little drum roll in post production. Here we go. Oh, who's the winner?
Lawson Tribe.
All right, Lawson Tribe. Congratulations. Let's see what she's getting.
Open it up.
I want to
see what you got.
I want to see what you got. Oh, this is so exciting for us. Every time we get to open gifts, see what's in them.
We got some Green Baker CBD sugar. CBD infused sugar, 119 milligrams.
A little CBD infused sugar from the Green Baker.
Also, Green Baker THC infused agave with blue Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, cool. So you could put that in anything.
Oh,
you could
God,
make anything
so
and add a little bit of love into it.
And 2 lollipops.
2 ginger orange
Baker.
10 milligram lollipops, which they look really good.
From our girl Angie, the Green Baker. If you don't know her, you should know her. She's been on our show. She catered our infused dinner party. She's one of our great friends. Make sure that you check her out. She has great products, and we love her.
Yeah, man. That infused dinner was the fucking bomb.
Yes. So if you ever need an infused, if you're in South Florida and you need a good infused dinner party, if you just want to check out her menu to see what she has, almost left the lollipops out.
Yeah, I know. You better. I was about to say.
I'm about to take that, Lawson Tribe.
I was about to be like, hey,
well, congratulations, Lawson Tribe. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, enjoy your goodies. For show.
And if you want to win, if you want a chance to win, check out our Instagram page. Make sure you tag yourself in the comments of our videos so that you have a chance to win as well. Or you could just become a patron and they automatically win.
Oh, yeah, man.
Our patrons are all getting one.
They're all getting stuff off of our advent calendar.
Automatically. They're one of the days. They don't know what day, so they, tune in every day.
Exactly. Exactly. So what's up, you? So you finished the Casey Anthony documentary? Because listen, I started watching that. I don't know.
I didn't want to watch it at first because I didn't want to put any money in her pocket because I've always thought guilty.
Yeah.
I've seen several documentaries on all the evidence. There's evidence that they had come later, even after the trial, that they didn't even have like the whole foolproof suffocation thing that they found on the computer, on the search engine or whatever, that they found that on the computer. That was found after the trial was done and she was already acquitted because the freaking forensic teams, bro, this is how bad it was that they weren't well versed in internet back then. They only searched the search history in one of the internet browsers. I think it was Internet Explorer. They didn't check any of the other browsers, and she used Firefox normally, and that's where the search was. So they found that like later when they were like continuing.
And what was it that she searched?
Foolproof suffocation. They addressed it in the. She's like, I didn't search that. That could have been my dad. And they're like, but he was at work at 3 p.m. and that was done at 2:52. It was like he should have been already on his way, and he did punch in at 3. That she's like, if he was at work. Like, no, you don't have his like cell phone ping to know for sure where he was. They're like, no, but you know, they didn't say it on the documentary. But this,
well, the
they have
latest
his clock and they
documentary,
have his like that he was there at work at 3 p.m. that day.
and this documentary is like the last one. So we're talking about the last one. I didn't even know there was a bunch of other documentaries.
Oh, because I love true crime. I watch all sorts of true crime docs.
Yeah,
I've seen 2 other documentaries on this before this one came out. This is the first time she's ever spoken.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because imagine everybody's already has a fully formed idea of the monster that she is, or you know.
Yeah. I think it was an accident.
I don't know for certain. I did start feeling kind of bad for her. I mean, I feel like I felt a little bit bad for her going into it just because of the amount of hate that people have towards her and how like mean people are against her, and like people are just so I get again that we lost a child, and I understand that, but like I don't know. I honestly feel like she's sad because she did lose her kid, and there's a lot that happened.
That's not a question. Her loving the kid, I don't think was a question. I personally think she accidentally did it. Like she accidentally killed her daughter by giving her something to go to sleep so that, you know, she could go out, or just so that she's asleep at, because she said that she would take her to all the parties she went to, or if she didn't leave her with her parents. So she would end up just pretending that she took her to the nanny and take her to the stuff with her. So like it's easier to just give her something to go to sleep so she can not be in the way. And maybe she had done it before with no problems. And then that time she didn't wake up. That's what I always thought.
So did they find that in her system? Like she had been giving drugs or
completely
something?
Decomposed. They could not find the cause of death at all.
Oh.
Because it was like her body was over sick, and the location of the body, I'm sorry, I don't think ex-cop would be that dumb to dump it right there. It was like literally like within a couple miles of their house, like in a little, like, you know, it wasn't even buried. It was just dumped there.
Oh.
And I don't know how they did not find that body before, unless it was left there later, because it was maybe in the trunk of the car for a long time.
Okay.
And that's the only reason they were able to rule it a murder is because where her body was, and because there was like duct tape found like around her, like on her head or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and she was like in her blanket. And
yeah, that's where I stopped watching. They started getting really heavy with the details of how they found the body and stuff, and I was just like, I need to turn this off and watch Martha Bakes before I go to bed, because there's got to be a buffer.
I could watch Murder Up and Sprite too. I fall asleep to Murder.
I like to sweeten it up a little bit before bed sometimes. Like I mean, obviously, like I can't watch this while my kids are around, so we're all watching this late at night.
Yeah.
But I just got, oh my God, it's awful to have to hear.
I do believe her dad was skeevy and abused her. I believe that's possible. I believe all of that. This seems,
it's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah, she definitely. But and hearing that is hard too. It's rough.
Where I failed to believe her is that she said she believed her daughter was alive that whole time, and that her dad just had her, and she just had to do whatever her dad said in order to see her again. When she just previously, before that happened, said she would never leave her daughter with her dad alone. And why would the mom be calling, asking where her daughter, like she says, lie to your mom. Like, she's saying that her dad told her to lie to everybody. It doesn't add up. Like, why would you leave her alone for 31 days with the guy that you thought was abusing her and you?
I feel like okay, even though her dad was abusing her, I feel like since he is supposed to be
at like 12 years old, she said.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying, like, it was from 8 to 12. Timeline. So
that's so terrible. I don't even like, but still manipulative for sure. Like, this is a father figure that you're supposed to love and trust, and like he's doing this stuff to you, but also like it's mixed messages. Like, that's why I think it's totally plausible that he could be playing with her, and her going out and partying was her doing something to distract herself.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to come to terms.
She was grieving. I do agree there are all different types of grieving. and not everybody's grieving looks the same. I agree with that. And I think she was trying to escape it. She was pretending everything was okay. She didn't want to believe
She didn't want to accept
her
it.
daughter was dead.
Right.
And so it was easier to just pretend everything was fine.
And just think, oh, he's got it, right? He said he's got it.
But the whole bullshit that the Bella Vida tattoo was a fuck you to her parents, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Go back and look at evidence that they did not show on that documentary, things that she said, you know, and the way she acted, it did not sound like a very concerned mom. She knew already what really happened to her daughter.
And the whole idea that she's a pathological liar because she's had to cover up like her dad and all this shit, that's this crappy family or whatever of hers.
Yeah, you lie about your life in order to survive.
Right.
When you're you know, a victim of abuse.
Yeah. So
you're telling yourself every day that it's better than it is.
Yeah,
I was really close to believing her, but then I was like, but there's a lot of things they didn't touch on and then they didn't address.
And I mean, you could only, but she's also, I think this is her trying to clear her name and trying to be like, man, this girl cannot go out anywhere without people making a big
I saw a TikTok video
of her
on
stage at a concert. But
she goes out, she has her friends, her circle of people that support her. It's been a long time. Not everybody's going to recognize her anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she's going to be heavily persecuted for a very long time. And
I would have changed my name.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know. I think she was just a young kid that made a mistake and was trying to lie her way out of it. That's what I think. And I don't think she meant to kill that little girl and she loved her.
Yeah.
But let's move on. This could be a whole fucking episode.
I know, right? You're talking about the other lady who's dissected everything. Like,
but if you want something light and good to watch, but it's also murder. White Lotus.
It's good. Wait, how many seasons is it?
Okay, this is the second season, but every season is different. The first different cast in the first season than there is in the second season.
I like that.
There was only one continual character from the first season to the second season, and that's Jennifer Coolidge. And technically, it's
everybody
two characters
loves her
because she meets a guy in the first season, and in the second season, she's married to him. Yes, she's awesome. I love her.
Yeah.
You should check out that show. It's good. It's like a murder mystery. Who did it? Who's dead? You don't know who's dead, and you don't know who did it. Right? All you know is at the beginning of the season, there's somebody that's dead. That the first season was one, but this season it's multiple because they're like, how many people are there? Like, you know, at the beginning, you're like, oh shit, how many murders were there? So now there's like anywhere between 2 to who knows. And like all the characters are really quirky.
Oh, and Aubrey Plaza's in it too, right?
I love her.
Yeah. That's why I want to watch it. I love
Aubrey
those
Plaza.
actors. I love Jennifer Coolidge as well. I will
Great
watch it.
writing, great acting, great cast.
And I'm just gonna have to watch Wednesday because everybody's talking about it. I loved Wednesday. Shit's everywhere.
That was like, you know, fun and whimsical, dark, you know, whimsical. Yeah.
Is it Tim Burton did that one?
Tim Burton did it, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Come back. I was just kind of like a little bit underwhelmed by her dad, Gomez. What's his face? Like, I like that guy.
I honestly am not. I do like him, and
but I don't think
he matches the comic book version of the Addams Family. So before there was the original show back in what was it, the 60s? Or, I don't know.
Right.
There was a comic. That's what the show is based off of.
Okay.
The drawn version of him does kind of match him a little more.
Okay,
than the Gomez in the movies in the 90s.
Yeah, because I'm like, the Gomez is handsome and he matches his wife.
I know.
I'm like, God, he looks like a troll and he has a hot wife. I'm like, great. We're continuing this Hollywood trope of like ugly guy with hot woman, but ugly girl can never get with hot guy because God forbid that happens. You know? That's just like, I was super turned off when I saw that. I was like, I like him, but really, he's fucking Gomez. But like, a couple of people have brought up the point that the previous character was troll looking.
Was short and like, looks more like that. Yeah. And I think Catherine Zeta-Jones is okay as there you go. See? This is great. Thank you, Uncle Jessie.
Uncle Jessie. And actually, I do remember that cartoon.
You see?
I do remember that cartoon.
And what is it, something Ortega. I don't remember the actress's name. I'm horrible. The
I think
one
it's
that plays
Jenna
Wednesday.
Ortega. Yeah.
She's great.
She's
She's so good in it. And they even made me like tear up and cry a little bit in one episode a few times. I'm like, it's good. I enjoyed it.
All right. I'm kind of like, it surpassed Stranger Things. It's kind of annoyed me because I fucking love Stranger Things.
Stranger Things 4, like how many hours it was streamed within a week or within the first number of days that it was released. Okay. It surpassed that. Like, but I don't know. Stranger Things was like in the top one for like weeks and weeks. Like it was like people may not have watched it when it first came out, but a lot of people kept watching it, and some people were watching it over and over again. Like I definitely feel like Stranger Things was probably continually further along than Wednesday was being watched over and over again. Yeah. So I just wanted to say company holiday parties. Like, what is your opinion
is
on
that?
I have that this weekend. I have yours. To go. I know, and they're like, it's a nice. I don't want to go.
Okay.
I feel like I'm working, even though it's a good time. It's nice.
Oh, the last company that I worked for got rid of it. And I had never gone to one because they were like, it was the first thing they cut like years ago. And they never reinstated it probably because of that. Because it's like,
honestly, cut the party and give me a better bonus. Like they spend a lot of money on that shit.
Right, because do they do like prizes and raffles and shit like that? Yeah.
It's always a very nice place. We have dinner. They have prizes and raffles. You can bring a +1.
You get to hang out with all the people you don't want to hang out with on your free time.
There's an open bar for a certain amount of time. So it's a lot. They're
I remember the one time they did the 1920s or flapper one.
Yes, we had one year that was like when it was going to be going 2019 to 2020 in 2019.
Yeah, December, before the pandemic.
It was a Roaring 20s
Roaring 20s
holiday party. So everybody came dressed all in their great Gatsby's.
Yeah, it was nice.
And they had this girl like swinging from a swing, giving out champagne, and they had like all these things, and it was really nice. It was nice. But
give me the money, bro. Show me the money. I don't want to drink it. I don't want everybody to like.
But they do that. I can't complain. They do give us raises and bonuses, but like I could get even more bonus.
I know, right? You're like, let's cut the shit here. Nobody wants to hang out with each other outside of work, or we would have been doing it already. Just give us the money and call it a day already.
But what I am looking forward to,
save yourself the trouble,
is our gift exchange.
Well, the pot smoking mom.
Yeah, we're doing a pot smoking mom gift exchange with our patrons.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's coming up soon.
I have to kind of say, I think I received mine already, and I've opened it.
You opened it?
I didn't know what it was.
Okay, that's why I ordered the things, and I didn't have it sent directly to them. I'm gonna put them all together in a bag and then mail it to them.
Okay, all right.
Because I was like, if I just have it mailed straight to her, I was like, she would open the box and it's not wrapped and it's not,
Yeah, and then
some things don't offer wrapping.
And then I kind of go, I know what this is.
So you saw your present already. Did you see who it was from?
That's the thing. I was looking for who it was from, and it didn't say.
Oh, so you'll find out at the gift exchange who gave it to you.
With their little Santa hats on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're getting
those
into
are cute, though, little purple ones. Little purple.
And then my husband's 40th birthday is coming up, and I was thinking about telling the friends that are coming to that to just bring something for like a white elephant exchange, since we're all going to be together. It's right before Christmas, and there's no time to do an actual Hialeah house gift exchange.
Yeah.
I went through my Elfster, bro. I was doing that shit since 2008 on Elfster.
Yeah, you've been doing that for a while. You're very you're the host. Like, you do the party.
I like to bring my friends together. I like to have excuses to bring my friends together.
Yeah.
Because I don't get to see them that often. So it's like, even though we did that young when we got to see each other all the fucking time, now they mean even more to me because we don't see each other all the fucking time.
Aww.
So it's like, here are the opportunities for us to finally get together. Like, after the whole year, at least towards the end of the year, we have Halloween, Friendsgiving, and our gift exchange.
Yeah. So nice. I don't have any company parties. My company parties is is
our gift exchange.
Yeah, pretty much that. And then yesterday,
it's a cool one. See, that's why I don't want to work anymore.
I know.
Let's just do our company.
Right.
PSM headquarters.
I know, right? We have so many dreams for the future. You guys help us out. you know. But yeah, I don't have a company party. My kid threw a birthday party for her, what do you call that? Like her little teddy bear guy she sleeps with, her little dude.
A teddy bear?
Yeah, it's a bunny. It's a bunny called Honey.
Bunny, honey.
And yesterday was impromptu birthday for Honey. So that's the company party
That's
I
cute.
went to. But I'm glad I don't got to do that shit. So good luck to all you out there having to go to company parties this couple of weekends.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
But while you're lamenting having to go to your company holiday party, we bring you this next segment. Totally caught Uncle Jessie off guard on that one. Sorry, probably shuffling around a little bit to get you guys that intro, but we appreciate you, buddy.
News Nugs, where we get high and read the news to you. And we had some good news today. That we're actually filming
it's fully loaded news.
So we have a lot.
I gotta say, we posted about Britney Griner today, and the internet went wild.
Yeah,
as expected.
So Britney Griner released from Russian prison in exchange for arms dealer. WNBA star Britney Griner, after being locked up for months in Russia for a small amount of cannabis, was released Thursday in a one-for-one prisoner swap for international arms dealer Victor Bout. Griner, who plays for the Phoenix Mercury, was arrested at a Russian airport on February 17th and later pleaded guilty to charges of possession of cannabis cartridges in her luggage 1 week before Russia invaded Ukraine. She ultimately faced 9 years, 0.7 grams of weed. Bought 2 cartridges for personal use, which contain very little weed, Russian news agency TASS stated. Griner was, for shorten that to very little weed. Griner transferred to a Russian penal colony last month.
Griner's case is a flashpoint for debate, given the thousands of other Americans in prison in the U.S. and beyond on the cannabis-related charges. 5 months of diplomacy and deceitful messages from Russian officials finally came to an end. She's safe. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. Biden said at the White House to Griner's wife, thinking she was Griner. Griner's wife, Sherelle, Vice President Kamala Harris finally showed up for a picture opportunity, and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. The Russian Foreign Ministry said in a statement released by Russian news agency that the swap took place in Abu Dhabi and that Bout has been flown home. Last week, a top Russian official said that a deal was underway, as did Biden.
Sergei Rybakov, Russia's deputy foreign minister, said on November 18th that there was new activity surrounding a potential prisoner swap, but people remain generally skeptical amid the unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. Tensions remain high. The outcome, however, feels bittersweet for people with family members locked up on cannabis-related charges. Griner's release comes at a price. Griner's release comes at a price. In order to secure Griner's release, Biden ordered Bout, known as the Merchant of Death, to be freed and returned to Russia as stipulation. Biden signed a commutation order freeing Bout from his 25-year federal prison sentence. Bout is a former Soviet Army lieutenant colonel who was described by the U.S. Department of Justice as one of the world's most prolific arms dealers. Bout's fingerprint can be seen in the supply of missiles and arms in violent wars in Afghanistan, Colombia, the Congo, and the overthrow of the Gaddafi government in Libya in 2011. Holy shit. Frankly, the fact that 0.7 grams of weed is considered equivalent is outrageous.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people shouting out loud on an Instagram post that we have right now, and I don't blame them one bit. I expected people to be really upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all happy she's home, but it's insane
that we're trading
for one person. They tried to get 2 people, but they refused.
They tried to get the teacher with it.
No, the other guy that was there for espionage. They talk about him a little later in the article, but they were trying to get her and him for this guy.
Yeah,
and Russia would not budge. They're being assholes.
CBS News reports that according to the former Moscow ambassador John Sullivan, Russian officials fixated on freeing Bout or no deal was in order. Bout was arrested by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency DEA in Thailand following a sting operation carried out by American agents in 2008. He was eventually convicted of conspiring to kill Americans and was sentenced to 25 years in prison about 10 years ago. Bout was most recently incarcerated at a federal prison in Marion, Illinois before the release. Yeah.
Free the prisoners, the other prisoners, as thousands of other cannabis prisoners in the U.S. and beyond await their own releases. Some celebrities pointed out the hypocrisy. So we have a slide with some of those tweets. And we have here, what is that? Spike. Who's that guy? Spike Cohen? I have it right here.
Spike Cohen.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad that Britney Griner is free from a Russian prison on cannabis charges. I'm angry that Biden hasn't lifted a finger to free any of the tens of thousands of Americans in American prisons on cannabis charges, especially when his crime bill put them there.
Mm-hmm. And then Elon Musk.
Gee, like we really want to hear from the peanut gallery, but okay.
Elon Musk tweeted, maybe free some people in jail for weed here too, ? And he put that meme of the guy with his hands on his hips, people in jail for weed, while the government trades a Russian war criminal to free a women basketball player in jail for weed.
Yeah, and that meme was circulating a couple of months ago when
the story was, when she was on trial and all that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. So U.S. officials attempted for several months to bring home both Griner and Paul Whelan, a Michigan man also locked up in Russia since December 2018 on espionage charges that his family and the U.S. government both deny. Is that the guy we reported on?
No, this is the guy you just mentioned.
No, I don't remember the guy that we talked about's name. We've not forgotten about Paul Whelan. Biden said we'll keep negotiating in good faith for Paul's release.
But it's important to keep in mind that Whelan's own family supports the release, despite still waiting for Paul's release. The Biden administration made the right decision to bring Ms. Griner home and make the deal that was possible rather than waiting for one that wasn't going to happen, Paul's brother David said in a statement. Last April, the U.S. traded Russian cocaine smuggler Konstantin Yaroshenko for American former prisoner Trevor Reed. Oh, so we're just playing swap it out?
Swap them out. I mean,
we're just playing swap it out.
That's the only leeway you have when they have our people.
Yeah. Well, that's nuts. Lots of people are up in arms, talking about up in arms dealer. but we're
oh shit, Lord of the War. This movie is based on the real life guy. The guy that was released.
So that's the Russian guy?
There's a movie about him with this. He's played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lord of
War.
That's who we traded to get Griner.
I'm really happy she's home. But after this, I really hope.
I hope she
Biden
comes back
lets people go.
But I hope she comes back and she advocates for that to happen, because who better to have that leverage than to her?
Yeah.
Okay. She could speak out for all those people.
Good
it
point.
would be really fucked up if she were to be like, oh guys, drugs are bad. Someone had made a comment. Oh, she's gonna come back and talk about how drugs are bad.
What?
She better not fucking do that. She better come back and be like,
no,
we need to figure this out. But anyways.
Here's a good story. Harlem gets New York State's first retail location for cannabis dispensary. After much anticipation and concern about when New York would reveal its first locations for cannabis shops, the state authority overseeing the leasing of dispensaries has announced that the first site near historic Apollo Theater in Harlem.
Showtime at the Apollo. Blaze it up at the Apollo.
During the meeting on Monday of the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York, DASNY, President and CEO Reuben McDaniel III, rich dude.
Reuben McDaniel III.
Sounds when they have like the third announced. The authority has signed its first its first lease for a property located at 248 West 125th Street, McDaniel said. The authority hopes to sign more leases by year's end. I'm pleased to announce that last night we signed our first lease, he told the board. For those of you familiar with Harlem, you can stand at the Apollo and throw a baseball right across the street, McDaniel said. The design team had finished preliminary plans for the 128 square foot space. That sounds small. And that construction would start soon after DASNY approves the final plan.
It might be the size of a closet, but then again, like, that's New York for you. It's a dispensary too. They don't need to really take up much.
Is it just like a walk-up window?
It might be. It might be like a little. It might be in the Circle K at the little bodega, a little corner in the bodega.
At the meeting, McDaniel did not say who would operate the dispensary. DASNY did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The announcement of the first dispensaries by the end of this year. Management issued permits known as conditional adult use retail dispensary licenses, reserved for people who have been impacted by cannabis prohibition and nonprofit groups serving people with past cannabis-related arrests or incarceration. In October, Governor Kathy Hochul said that 20 legal dispensaries would be open by the end of the year. Wow. The first one hasn't even opened yet.
I know. We're like, the end of the year is in a couple of days.
It feels like it's a couple
like,
of days.
Jesus.
A goal that looks unlikely due to all the loose ends, including securing locations for the dispensaries through the dormitory authority. Oh my goodness. The signing of the first lease, however, comes at a time when unlicensed cannabis vendors have become increasingly visible across New York City with a little more than 3 weeks left in the year. While Albany legalized cannabis last year, the CAURD recipients will be the first business to operate dispensaries that are actually licensed.
First of 150. The state's plan pairs the individual cord. C-A-U-R-D. I'm going to call it cord. License holders with ready-to-go retail locations as well as access to loans. An important component in helping these businesses succeed because of the difficulties cannabis businesses have in securing loans through regular banking means. It is also an effort to ensure that the people who have been punished by old drug laws not only get a head start, but enough of a foothold that they don't get pushed out when bigger players enter the market. In order to pay for the build out of the dispensaries and help with the loans, the state created a $200 million social equity cannabis investment fund. DASNY awarded management of the fund to Social Equity Impact Ventures LLC, a private venture team including NBA star Chris Webber, former city comptroller Bill Thompson, and entrepreneur Lavetta Willis. The team is tasked with raising $150 million of the total amount from private investors. Despite that, the fund has yet to announce whether it has raised any money toward the funds. Syracuse.com reported that Weber and Willis had interest in cannabis brand cookies, a potential conflict, and that other ventures from the two had failed to produce results.
Similar to liquor licenses, community boards will be able to give positive or negative recommendations for dispensaries within their district. While the Office of Cannabis Management is tasked with approving the licenses, the Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act, MRTA, has a mechanism for community boards to weigh in on dispensaries in an advisory role. However, the MRTA states that for premises leased from government agencies, that provision does not apply, creating ambiguity over whether community boards have even an advisory role in considering the properties DASNY, there's so many acronyms, is securing. The authority did not respond to questions about the role of the community. Manhattan Community Board 10 District Manager Shattuck Mitchell said on Wednesday he hadn't heard about the dispensary coming to the Central Harlem District before the city inquired about it. So the city is the news outlet we're reading.
Okay. Keyshawn Warner, whose business received a cord license to operate in Manhattan, said Wednesday that he has not heard from the state about where his dispensary will be located or about relevant regulations, such as the rules for deliveries, until he's able to open a storefront.
I don't understand. Why would the state be, I mean, the city be telling him where his dispensary is going to be located? Wouldn't you need a location and then you like apply?
Yeah, that's. I mean, but then again, too, it's kind of like the Wild West too, because people be saying, "Oh, here you go, you could go ahead and do business," but there's no real like rules that have been laid out yet. It's still kind of all new to everybody. You feel me? You location. You obviously have your desires," said Warner, who owns with his wife a drugstore called The Pharmacy in Harlem. "Most important to me is the effectiveness of the rollout." He added, "If it is in Harlem, it would be great for Harlem. It's a moment in history."
So, is it open or not?
It doesn't sound like it's very open.
It sounds like, hey, we got the first.
Hey, we got the first one.
in Harlem.
Kind of.
The first one that's been approved. It's about to open. Baseball throwaway from the Apollo
Showtime at the Apollo. I used to watch that shit a lot back in the day.
I mean, I think, yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah, we were little, but yeah, that show was lit as fuck.
What was that? I heard beeping.
Oh,
so this is the story you sent me.
Yeah, this is a story Pod Mom sent me. I mean, look, listen, if y'all have a story you want us, like, if you see something and go, "Oh, this would be great for pot smoking moms," hand it over. Okay, give it to us.
You want to see our reaction to a story? Send it our way.
Here we go. Here it is.
So here's one that we're reacting to from one of our patrons. Company behind Death by Gummy Bears, marijuana edibles, accused of selling products 50 times more powerful than allowed. 50 times.
Well, with a name like Death by Gummy Bears.
For real.
Something's about to happen.
Okay, so the Minnesota Pharmaceutical Board filed a civil lawsuit this week alleging that a cannabis retailer sold edible products containing more than 50 times the state's legal limit for THC. The retailer, a business conglomerate called Northland Vapor, was specifically accused of violating Minnesota's edible cannabinoid laws with marijuana items marketed under its Death by Gummy Bears and Wonky Weeds product lines.
Yeah. Quality stuff here, guys. Quality.
An ongoing investigation by the Minnesota Board of Pharmacy and U.S. Food and Drug Administration is examining complaints about the company's Death by Gummy Bear edibles, including a report that suggests at least one person died. What? No. After consuming the products, according to the pharmaceutical board.
Well, look, let's also...
They literally died by the gummy bear?
Well, this is the thing. Let's also... Okay, so...
Did they have a heart attack?
You can... Right. So, although you cannot die from
like an
weed,
overdose,
but you can die from another problem that you have that's exacerbated by weed. So...
Like, did he... Yeah, maybe a heart attack or
maybe.
something.
That could be.
God.
That is that's highly plausible.
Died after consuming the products, according to the pharmaceutical board. The FDA has not determined whether adverse reactions reported by consumers were caused by the Death by Gummy Bears edibles, but notes on its website that products containing Delta 8 THC, like these gummies, and it's Delta 8, have not been evaluated or approved by the FDA for safe use in any context. The pharmaceutical board and FDA raided the manufacturing warehouse in Moorhead, a western Minnesota city near the border with North Dakota at the beginning of November, and allegedly found close to 150,000 packages of THC products whose drug contents were much more potent than the state allows.
Products sold under Northland Vapor's Death by Gummy Bears line were allegedly found to contain as much as 50 times Minnesota's legal limit of THC.
That's the caption to this picture.
The Minnesota Board of Pharmacy, the products which officials say match those advertised and sold on Northland's Vapor's websites included roughly 28,896 packages of Death by Gummy Bears edibles that contained 100 milligrams of THC per serving and 2,500 milligrams overall.
Wow. So each gummy was 100 milligrams? Holy. That's a lot for one.
Yeah. And then it goes on to say
2,500 milligrams
the
in a
wonky
package.
weeds edibles contain 30 milligrams of THC per serving and 300 milligrams per package. And the THC syrup, which is the picture we are showing, right? It's containing 700 milligrams of THC per bottle. And listen, I always think they inflate the shit out of these things sometimes. That's why I usually say edibles coming from, you know, that if it's not a medical dispensary and there's no standard of quality to which that product has been held, if you see 600 milligrams, I don't ever trust that, but that's still like, that's a lot of milligrams, even if it's Delta 8, like that's still a lot.
It is a lot. Northland Vapor allegedly failed to comply with investigators' requests for the results of mandatory testing procedures that screen cannabis products for toxic substances such as pesticides, heavy metals, and solvents, the Minnesota Pharmaceutical Board said. The lawsuit names Northland Vapor Moorhead LLC, Northland Vapor Bemidji LLC, and Wonky Confections LLC as defendants, all operated by Brad Erpelding. CBS Minnesota reached out to Brad by text message, and he pointed to a statement from his attorney, which he said the companies attempted to work with the state to ensure compliance with the new law. Tyler Levington, the attorney, characterized the lawsuit as an aggressive tactic that's an effort to smear their reputation.
There is no evidence of any harm arising from the proper use of Northland products. The state's effort to suggest otherwise are shameful. Levington said in a part, Northland is a small business committed to making a quality product and now must fight for its life against overzealous regulators in St. Paul looking to make a splash with their newly adopted law. Minnesota law places restrictions on how much THC manufacturers can put in their cannabis products. Any edible cannabinoid product sold in the state cannot contain more than 5 milligrams of THC per serving or 50 milligrams of THC per packaging. Whoa. In addition, big difference. In addition to allegedly violating the terms of the state statute, I mean, it's a really low, but whatever. But I it's per package, right? So it's like, at least it's per package, you know? If you want to do more, then you buy more. Mm-hmm. In addition to allegedly violating the terms of the state statute, Northland Vapor is accused of marketing and selling products resembling characteristics of a fictional bear, as well as products that are modeled after gummy bear candies that are primarily consumed or marketed to children, which goes against state laws prohibiting the sale of cannabis products that resemble cartoon-like characteristics of a real fictional person or animal or fruit that appeals to children. I mean, that's basic. That's like standard packaging laws. Even around here, our packaging laws are very strict.
What was I gonna say? I was confused. I just feel like they should all have the symbol on it if they can. Or just
the THC symbol, yeah, but still, like, even if it's, I mean, like I get
here
it,
they're all they can't really be colored.
Here is nothing. Here it's white packaging. Nothing has.
No,
anything.
I'm talking about the actual gummy themselves. They're usually
the gummies themselves have to have the THC mark stamped on them.
No, not all of them have that.
I mean, the ones that I've had, all the ones that I've had recently.
I don't think the ones that True Leaf have.
I've had from two. Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the gummies, the True Leaf gummies, have THC stamped on them.
On each individual gummy?
On each individual gummy. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't eat edibles, so
I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, I'll tell you what, the last two dispensaries I've had gummies from have the THC stamped on them.
Yeah, so if it's out of the package, it still has it like on the fucking gummy.
But even on the packaging, on the outside of the packaging, like you cannot have nothing on it. And you'll see a lot of times people, I don't know, legacy vendors will have like gummy rope and they'll use the exact nerd rope picture on the packaging. And like, even though it says THC on there, real quickly you can grab that and it's not like, you know, like you can look at it and you think it's freaking nerd rope. So I understand the concept of like trying to have some sort of packaging rules.
Yeah. Well, they first of all, there's licensing issues. They're like taking the branding of these big companies and like weedifying it.
Yeah, right.
So investigators say Northland Vapor's wonky weeds. As consumers navigate the market, they should be aware of the amount of THC in each serving, said Jill Phillips, executive director of the Minnesota Pharmaceutical Board, in a statement. Only products containing 5 milligrams or less per serving and 50 milligrams per package are permitted to be sold under the statute. These companies far exceeded those limits and did so in a type of product historically marketed to children. The Minnesota Pharmaceutical Board's civil lawsuit seeks a court order mandating the condemnation and destruction of adulterated edible cannabinoid products sold by Northland Vapor and requiring the company to manufacture and sell products that comply with state restrictions on THC. The board is advising people to avoid products sold under the company's Death by Gummy Bears and Wonky Weeds brands, and said anyone who experiences adverse health symptoms after consuming these products should call their local poison control center immediately. They in trouble.
Yeah, how about don't die by gummy bears, huh?
I just don't understand like why it needs to be so high. And this is all Delta 8. So I feel like people are like, oh, it's like diet weed. So you need more.
So you need more probably, yeah. Yeah.
And like Delta 8 is not regulated like that. I mean, Minnesota must have added their statutes to it
recently,
now.
probably. Yeah. But yeah, it's like wild, wild west for the Delta 8 stuff too. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it needs to be managed. People need to look after these things. I wouldn't need anything that
I don't even bother anymore.
Oh, but you don't do edibles, so
exactly. All right, so now it's time for everyone's favorite segment and my favorite intro.
Locally.
I love you,
Miami! All right. It's Art Basel, guys, and apparently legal weed is the art world's fabulous new patron. Americans spend $60 billion a year on weed. So what do the people growing the 6th biggest cash crop in the country spend their money on? Functional and decorative art, of course.
Of course.
The art world's major annual Art Basel Miami Beach turned 20 this year. Galleries from 5 continents and countless U.S. collectives flocked to medically legal Florida for 3 days, transforming the city into a place where ATMs rank you by wealth.
I saw that.
You saw that? I can't believe people were doing that. And bananas taped to walls sell for $120,000. Remember the banana? Cannabis makes fine art even finer, of course, and weed money has long helped pay artists' bills. Legalization and normalization just supercharges it. Gawk at these pics from cannabis-themed events at the 20th Annual Art Basel. So we have a couple pictures.
Yeah, like some of these rigs, some of these dab rigs that are glass blown and whatnot, man, those things will be in the thousands, yo. People be paying straight up thousands of dollars for some of these things.
So these are some of the events that happened during Basel. So there was Terp Basel.
Oh.
Year number 1 morphed a skate park into a smoker's paradise for 3 days, celebrating art and cannabis culture, sponsored by West Coast brands like Alien Labs, Tefogs, Jelly Wizard, Humboldt Terp Council, and Preferred Gardens. A blunt rolling competition, paint walls, and performances by Smoke DZA and Currency lit up the park. More and cannabis markets across the country have begun networking, and Terp Basel allowed California brands to show love for artistic creativity.
Terp Basel? I wish I would have known
That was cool. Like, I only knew about Dab Day.
Yeah,
and
I only knew about Dab Day.
I didn't see this Terp Basel.
We gotta we gotta get on that radar.
We were so busy that day. We did so much that day. Wanted to go so bad.
Basel is so packed with people, and I feel like the older I get, the less I want to be around people. And so that's one of the reasons we didn't get to go to Dab Day. Yeah, because I was just like, there's gonna be too many people out there anyway.
So that was on Thursday, December 1st. Was the
skateboard at the
it was at the same place where
where
Rolling with the Homies and Pretty High Club did their
thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then there was Dab Day Art Basel, which is we knew about that event.
The 710
and that was on Saturday. The landscape of a whole city block became Dab Day, a festival curating Florida medical cannabis culture. This is where the crowd took a minute to revive those creative juices with live painting, brand booths, music performances, a free arcade, and on-site glass blowing. Miami shop Casa de Cristal curated Glass Basel at Dab Day. Well-known sponsors like Puffco, LPP, Gold Leaf, and Glob Mobs joined in on the artistic memorable night. So they had a Glass Basel there, and we're going to have to check out this Casa de Cristal shop.
Yeah, for real.
Check that out. And then there was another event, Men's Pipe Show. I forgot to color code this. You want to do this one?
Art Basel hosted the second year of the Men's Pipe Show, which included highly worked borosilicate glass marbles that fetch thousands of dollars. It helps to be extra baked when you're collecting rare designer marbles.
Yeah, I would drop it.
Art Basel hosted the second year of the Men's Pipe Show, which included I said that already. The free 3-day Men's Basel showcased more than 20 artists like Haps, Bubba's Face, Mike Gong. I heard whatever happens in your throat there. And Jay Fell Glass. That's happened to me too.
There were so many pictures that I didn't put in here, but there's like really on this article pictures of all these artists.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, I saw some of the pictures you were trying to throw up there. There's like a lot. Look at that though. That little marble.
Those
you could smoke out of that?
No, those are just the marbles.
Oh, okay.
But these are there was more pictures of the pieces by these artists.
Our Last Prisoner also had a pop-up showcase there too.
Correct. So artist brother Bob did 14 years in federal prison for weed. His vibrant prison works fuse slices of collected images into rich pop art mosaics using nail clippers and prison toothpaste. Artwork by brother Bob took center stage at the Last Prisoner Project pop-up at Art Basel. Visitors also had the chance to meet the artists and experience book signings by Billy Deckel and former race car driver Randy Lanier, both authors who each served over 25 years on cannabis charges. Art Basel Miami is still very much the art world's party, but cannabis is the hottie on the guest list. Who knows? Next year we might see a $10,000 nug of sour diesel taped to the wall, or an interactive exhibit where you walk through a fake pot field with piped in sights and sounds. This article is cool, and they had some really cool pictures of all the things that happened at
things. Well, hopefully next year we'll get to set up shop and do some weed baseling. Hopefully we'll do that, and we'll invite you guys with us.
Yeah, people come from all over the fucking world for Art Basel.
And we're right here. Hey man, I used to go to so many Art Basel events
back in the day.
Even at the convention where we would go see all those crazy installation pieces like that ATM machine. So it's lots of fun, and you get to see so many weird people out there because people are very eccentric. Okay, Art Basel. Hey, thanks so much for making it this long into the show. We want to give a big thanks to our sponsors, Chiba Hut and Liberty Health Sciences. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you. And yeah, you guys right there. Thank you very much. Awesome. Also want to do a special shout out and thank you, of course, and always to our patrons who we love so dearly. Patrons like Yanni,
Destiny,
Lauren,
Jesse,
Christy,
Denise,
Peaches,
Meredith,
Natalie,
Angelina,
Jenny,
Catherine,
Jay,
Christy,
Guillermo,
Diane,
and Gabby. Hey, you too can have all the attention by becoming one of our patrons. Please do that. Go to our potsmokymoms.com. You can find our link there to become a patron.
Please subscribe, rate, review, and share our content. potsmokymoms.com. See you next week.
We love you. Bye.
The fucking hands.
Hit it.